This podcast was brought to you by Uncle Geeb Productions. Hey guys, and welcome everyone to the Geeb Podcast. I'm your host, Uncle Geeb, and with me is Host Street Media Gaming and our special guest, Chess WC. You can listen to this podcast on Apple, Spotify, Google, or anywhere you can find a podcast. You can also become a member of this podcast and get extra podcast content every single month. Drip, we have a special guest this week. Please, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, or something, please give a nice warm welcome to our guest, Chess. Chess, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good. How you been, my friend?
doing good, man. Doing good. We're glad to have you. We're super excited. Today's a wonderful day, if I might say so myself. Super Mario Bros. Wonder has dropped today. That's why the podcast is one day late, as well as some scheduling stuff, of course, to get our guest on the show here tonight. But Mario Wonder has dropped today. This is October 20th, 2023. If you're listening in the future, what's up? How we doing? Our student loan debt canceled yet? I hope so. But if not, either way, we're good. Chess.
What is up?
Jokes. Chess, man. So have you played Mario Wonder today?
Not today, but last night.
Well, technically, last night would be today.
Yes.
Depending on where you're at geographically.
Yeah. So yes, the answer is yes.
Yeah. Just give us, what did you think? Your first impressions playing.
Well, no, actually, before you give us that,
okay.
How far did you get?
I feel like, I'm not sure, but I guess maybe the first two worlds were defeated. I'm not sure.
Okay, so you did like whatever the first one was, and then like I think the next one's the water one. That's where I'm at now. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe that's where I'm at. I'm not sure. I feel like I did the water one. I feel like it was overload last night, and also I played the game 2 players. I had an IRL friend.
Oh, really?
So yeah, so there's a lot going on.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I saw Geeb was online. He was streaming today. Well, you were playing online, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Or Chess?
No.
Geeb, you were playing online today, right?
I was playing online today, yeah, and just kind of experimenting with the online experience in the game.
I played online as well. I
haven't played 2-player. I haven't played online. I've played just only the single player. So I mean, I guess that's great. We've all done at least one of them. That's great.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're basically where I'm at. It sounds like you're a little bit further. What do you think so far?
Yeah, man.
Me, I think it's a lot of fun. I can't wait to play tonight. I guess I don't know. I overall I had a lot of fun.
Yeah. I mean, what game do you think this most feels like? For me, this is like a straight throwback to like Super Nintendo Mario.
Oh wow,
that's what this feels like to me.
Yeah,
like it just feels like
my immediate thoughts. I started comparing it to Mario Wii or New Super Mario Bros. Wii. And I think the reason is because I really, really love that game. So when I was playing it, I was like comparing in my head, like, is it as good as Mario Wii? And I felt really happy with the mechanics, the wall jumps. It felt like a continuation.
Yeah, I thought that was something I thought too. That felt very good. That was like the first thing I noticed.
Yeah, and I'm noticing all these little details. I can't wait to play again tonight because there's so many details, like the Goomba getting scared if something's gonna like run over it and stuff like that. And the fact that you can like that Yoshi can climb a vine with an elephant riding it, like it's pretty cool stuff. Like all these little details. I felt like also like things are more connected. Like they don't like despawn like random. Like I think I saw a stream of it today, and like this mushroom that was like way over there ended up down there. Like everything's
just
more
kept
connected.
going.
Yeah, I feel like things are more connected. It's not like you go back and things spawn.
Yeah, like if it leaves the screen.
Yeah, I felt like that. Like I don't know how to explain it. I definitely see the Mario. I could be wrong, but I see Mario Mario Maker 2 influence in Mario Maker 1.
I was going to ask you about that because I kind of felt that way too. I was like, man,
It's
this is really like a Mario Maker type. Some of the levels, especially. What's the one? It's like a 4-star one where you have to like go up, and it's the only one up there, and you have to ride those.
with the blue rhinos.
Yes,
that goes up like a
yeah.
I
gotta
felt
hit the little,
like Mario.
Yeah, like the you gotta get the blue coins and
you gotta like jump and get the P switches, and I don't know. It just that felt Super Mario Maker, like the
totally
blue platforms. You know,
totally agree. That's one. Right? I gave up on it.
Can we talk about that particular level for a couple more minutes? Because I have to say, I was streaming this game a little bit on my channel today, and oh my God, that part. When I got there, I'm like, I see that it's a 4-star level. I'm like,
and that's like the first 4-star you come to, too.
Yes.
So it's like you're doing like 1 stars and 2 stars, and then you're thrown into that.
Yeah, no 3 stars really. You really only see 1 and 2 to that point, and then it's like, here's a 4. And this, oh my God, on stream, I probably did that level 8 times, maybe 10. Died every time. Didn't even finish, just died every time. And then after the stream was over, I was like, you know what, let me go back and get some of these Wonder Seeds that I haven't gotten, including that one. And I was like, let me give this a try again. I must have died another 10, 15 more times until I finally finished it. And that was incredible.
Was fun.
It was hard but fun. Like, it was like I wanted to keep going. It wasn't a difficulty where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. It was I am so damn close. I can get that last little coin or whatever that make that last jump if I just do it one more time. Like, it
I was more like I didn't. It's not that I wanted to quit because of the difficulty. I think I wanted to quit because I was like, okay, I'll come back. I want to see what else.
Yes.
I want to go. I want to keep moving and see what else there's going to be. Because at that point in the game, you're like right off the first couple. Because they give you those first couple. They're like cupcakes.
Yeah.
It's basically just like, here's the controls. Here's what you can do. And then they start giving you a little. They start ramping it up a little bit. But even right then, there's not a whole lot going on there. Once you get to like the next world, that's where it's like, all right, we're starting to see some cool stuff. But yeah, they throw in that 4-star there. That's
I feel like with those little details, I'm excited to see more. You know, I can't really like give you a full impression. Like, you know, I was talking to my IRL friend after we played it last night, and I still can't, like, I need to dive in more. Like, I'm excited to get to the last levels too.
Yeah, for sure.
Because it's gonna get tougher, you know.
Yeah.
This is by no means a review, you know, a podcast or anything like that. Look, we're hours after the
first impression.
Then we're hours after first release. We're all maybe on level 2, if that, at this point.
Right. Yeah.
So I mean, this is just more of like what's new and what's exciting to this point. And going off that, let's talk a little bit about. Well, for me, what's new is gonna be difficult because for me, what's new is I have everything. This is my first real 2D Mario, not real. When I say the word real, I mean new. My first new 2D Mario game I've ever played. I've avoided the Mario Makers. I've avoided the Super Mario Bros. U. I've avoided all those. The only thing I did play was 3D World, but that's not really a 2D or a 3D.
That doesn't count. Yeah,
that's like a 2D, 3D.
Yeah. Right, and it can't. It's really in both categories and in neither at the same time. So
you're right.
So like you can't say, oh, it's like Odyssey, or it's like original Mario. It's neither. It's its own thing. Which I love that game, by the way. Yeah. But so let's talk about a little bit of the visuals and animations a little bit of this game, because I think that's something that really, not only in the game today when I started playing, but in the promotional stuff that we've seen for months, the imagery of the game, the vibe, the feel. And now that we're playing the game, the actual animations we get to see, and the overall better visuals, sharper images, also more detailed, vivid colors. Like, what's some of your thoughts about that, especially from a perspective of like you've played a lot of these old games? Like, how do you feel about this game compared to the old games in that regard?
It's probably the prettiest. It's probably the most beautiful in that category, right? It's just it's kind of. I like it. I mean, I'm not even mentioning the music yet, but like the visuals.
Yeah, I definitely want to get into that.
It's pretty good. I'm digging it.
I agree. It looks. I was telling Geeb on the phone earlier. We were trying to get a little bit of a set list together while I was driving. I was like, I mean, this game looks incredible. And like you were talking about earlier, all the the little details, the animations,
the
like
overworld looks cool. Like when they're picking levels.
Yeah.
That looks
the whole
good.
thing, like all of it. But like you were talking about the details, I think one of my favorite details is the sleeping Goombas with the snot bubble coming out of their nose.
Yeah.
That's probably one of my favorite details. But they just, you can tell how much passion went into this. Like they really put a lot of work into this game.
Yeah.
It shows everywhere. Like every little thing has just all this life. Like when Mario jumps in the warp pipe and his hat comes off and he's like, whoop, and grabs it.
Right.
Just like that.
Those little details are super cool. Yeah, I love all that stuff.
Everything looks, it just looks so good. It looks so good. And I don't know if you guys have played it handheld.
Yeah.
No,
on
I haven't yet.
The OLED. Whoo. Oh, yeah. It looks,
I feel like part of the strategy for the devs was like, I felt this when I was playing last night. It's like, okay, let's do a classic Mario, but let's make all these little interesting little details. How can we make everything better? Like going in the pipe.
Yeah.
You know, doing this.
Like literally everything.
Right? Let's have more animations. Like they have these little animations that are happening all over the place. It's pretty cool.
Yeah,
like facial expressions and stuff. Like Mario's facial expression changes like all the time.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's wild.
I think like like not only enemies and the characters you play as, but even like in the environment, everything has personality, not in a cliche way. Like literally, like sometimes they have faces and speak.
Fresh. It's
like those flowers that talk. I'm not sure how you feel, and that's been very controversial. Some people hated it.
I mean,
some people love it.
I can take it or leave it. It's not. I don't know. It is what it is.
I'll give you my opinion. Everybody has their own opinion. I find it entertaining.
Yeah.
They say different things, and I'm like, hey, what are they gonna say? You know, like, and sometimes like there was one where we were discussing like, oh, yo, Kaizo, and I felt like they had a challenge, and me and my friend were like, how do we do this with the hat? And we were doing like this Kaizo thing with the hat, and in our minds we're cheesing our way up there, like we're cheating using like a. But then when we got up there, the plant's like, how'd you get up here? And I was like, what?
Yeah, I had one of them say to me, like, I don't even know what came before it. I don't even remember, but like I walked by it and was like, ooh, that was scary.
Yeah.
All right.
So, so fun fact for you guys as well as everybody else listening right now. If you didn't know, now I figured this out immediately by accident. If you didn't know, you can change the language of just the flowers individually, not the game, but the flowers individually. Okay, so
That's
my
awesome.
flowers have been speaking to me in Italian, in French Canadian, in German. And dude, I have to say, if you didn't like the flowers before because it was annoying, just change the language of something that's going to make you giggle.
So yeah,
because then it's just epic. Because like, oh, it's je suis, mais soir. It's like, what?
I'm changing to Italian for sure, 100%.
It's the best. I've honest to God gotten extra entertainment value just out of that little thing.
I'm actually very excited about that.
And
Why
just
didn't you tell me that earlier?
Well, I'm telling you right now. And just so you know, it still gives you, it's just a voice. So like the dialogue box that pops up, it's English still. So you can see what they're saying in English. You just got to read it. But then the voices of the flower, it's perfect. Everyone should do it. Have fun. You're welcome.
I don't know why. That just reminds me of like, what is it? Toy Story 3? When they change Buzz to Spanish mode.
Yes. Yeah, it's a lot like that. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Love that. That's what I'm picturing in my head. Oh man, oh yeah. I can't wait to do that.
Yeah.
It's the first thing I'm doing when I get off the podcast tonight.
Let's move tally on over to the next little thing I got written down here. The different characters. Now, this is something I can't even speak on because I've only played as Mario to this point. So let's get your thoughts first. Have you played as anybody else, and what are your kind of thoughts on them?
Yeah, I guess not only thoughts, but info. Like basically the Yoshis. Just to explain to everybody. I mean, sorry for spoilers, but I guess that if you're listening to this podcast, sharing our thoughts here, the Yoshis can't get power-ups, but they also can't die. So in a way, the difficulty is the character you pick. So there's 3 difficulties. If you pick the Yoshi and that purple guy, I can't remember his name. The guy,
Nabbit.
Yeah, Nabbit. Then that's like easy mode.
Yeah.
So players can pick that, and also you can ride Yoshis. That's pretty fun. You can ride the Yoshis,
even if you're an elephant.
Yeah.
Listen, Yoshi's a dinosaur, okay? He can handle a little elephant.
And Yoshis can ride Yoshis.
Yes.
And again, with the little details, the fact that you can climb a vine as Yoshi while carrying an elephant.
Yeah.
While those little details are so cool, and I want to keep discovering them tonight as I play. I'm excited about that.
I didn't know you can't die with Yoshi.
Yeah, you get hit, and
man, my kids are gonna be so happy about that because I told them
I think that's awesome. Yeah.
They played the whole way back because I charged their Switches up, got it downloaded on both their Switches, and of course, like I told him yesterday, like it's gonna they were pumped, like come on, they were trying to get in the car. I'm like but I told him it was only Nabbit that wouldn't die. And they were like, why is it always going to be the ugly-looking character? I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's cool. Yeah.
Nabbit reminds me of Ravio, I like Ravio.
From the Zelda games.
Zelda games.
Which one?
He's in a few, I
Link
thought.
Between Worlds?
But he's in a Link Between Worlds for sure, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't know. That just he reminds me so much of him, and I love that character. So
yeah, it's a little rabbitier.
Chess, you just said something that reminded me. I added to our list here. Just like little things that you discover while playing this game. It's such a visually distracting game in the best way. Like I don't mean a negative way. Like visually, there's so much happening. Like I said before, the colors are so vivid. Lighting is cool, but then like the characters, environment all have personality. Sometimes literally move around, and it's so distracting. But when you find a little discovery, that's like classic thing in Mario games, right? Especially the 2D games. It's classic the discoveries in those games. Like for example, you find a hidden block and you accidentally hit it, and it's like, oh, here's a hidden block I found. But even that's more obvious. But even the less obvious things, like when you see like this little like light up, and you're like, oh, what is that? Let's go to that, and it turns out to be like a little secret area in the level, and just like any cool discoveries you found or anything like that as of yet, because we're so early, obviously.
You're asking me if I found anything cool like that?
Yeah.
I haven't.
I feel like I feel like it was like sensory overload.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
We did discover things. I mean, there's some a light thing. There was one level that we couldn't figure out. Like, where is this coin? And apparently it's infamous already. This one level is called Puzzle Something.
Okay.
And people in my chat were like, "Yo, no, we can't do this." Like,
what coin is it? One of those big, one of the big purple ones?
It's a second coin. It's like called like Puzzle Adventure or something like that. But yeah, I'm expecting to see people upload videos explaining that level soon.
Little tutorials and stuff.
Yeah. But just. I'm more looking for like the little things, like seeing that Goomba, get scared when he was about to get run over or something like that. Those little things is what I was talking about, but I don't feel like I've discovered like any.
Yeah.
I mean, as we were playing, we did discover secret areas and stuff like that, but nothing has like jumped out or anything.
Yeah, the only thing
I saw Geeb was pushing pipes and like making different pipes, and so I was watching his stream and I was like, I didn't even like think that was like, how did you even think that I could possibly do that? And it's weird because they're like little like mini puzzles.
Yeah. Well, two things. You have to be an elephant, number one, to do that. So to be strong and be an elephant. Yeah. And the second thing is, I didn't think of it. The game was, you must have just missed it. Like the game was, one of the characters was pushing a pipe around. I forget, I think one of the boomerang throwers or something.
Yeah, I must have missed that.
I'm like, oh, you can push pipes, and that's how I discovered that. But what were you going to say,
as soon as I see an enemy, I'm like, you're going to die. I don't really give him much time to do anything.
Yeah.
I'm excited about the badges. You guys got into the badges, like the different power-ups. I feel like every Mario, just by tradition, has a power-up.
Mm-hmm.
And also in terms of like what are they gonna do with the 2D Mario? What are you gonna add? Like that, the badges I'm excited about.
That was probably my favorite thing. I was telling Geeb earlier, the dolphin kick thing makes me not hate Mario underwater levels. Finally.
You know,
I can play them and not be super pissed.
You know unfortunately, you imagine having that dolphin kick, but I think you have dolphin kick as a badge, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
As I was playing that, I was like, ooh, with fireballs, Mario Maker 3, I'm gonna make a shmup level with the dolphin badge. Like I'm already thinking.
That's fun to think about too, because this stuff is going to be in Mario Maker 3. Can you imagine if they add the badges? Like if they add in the badges to Mario Maker, like that would be wild.
I haven't
and
even.
You can get certain badges or put like when you're building levels, like you can pick from a few. Like
it reminds me of Mega Man Maker in a sense, because Mega Man Maker, when you play a level, they give you the power-ups from any Mega Man. They're like, you can have this in this level. Yeah. So you can pick, like you said, imagine a level, and the level is like, this badge is in this level. This badge is in this other level.
That would be very cool. I mean, that's like a whole new wrinkle to the Mario Maker stuff.
Right?
I mean, that's going to be cool.
You just blew my mind, okay? Like, I have not even considered that, like, because Mario Maker, it's not something I got into yet. I actually just recently, I've picked up Mario Maker 1 for the Wii U.
Nice.
I found a boxed copy. And it was in great condition. It wasn't sealed; it was fake sealed. I
Good
found
time
that out.
to play too.
Yeah, so I'm gonna
because everything's gone in April.
Yeah, that's sad to see because there's so much love.
I personally want to go down. I want to play that game a lot, and I know some streamers who are playing that game. Like there's a C7 is an awesome Mario Maker player, and he's going back, and
I mean.
There's a Team 0%. I don't want to change the subject too much, but I want to play some 0% level. They're pushing to beat all the levels of Mario Maker 1 before April. And I kind of want to join that fight.
That's incredible. I couldn't even imagine. Awesome. But as I was saying a second ago, like I only just got the game and the first Mario Maker. I wanted to have it because it was a box copy, but also just because it's something I've been very interested in and just haven't gotten into.
Did you get the booklet?
Yeah,
in the box copy.
Yeah, I don't think the stream can't see it, and the podcast listeners can't. But if you could see it back there on the shelf, cool. It's that version back there, and it's really cool. It comes like the actual box in the games inside, with the booklet. But anyway,
wait. One more Mario Maker thing.
Yes.
What if you could do the Wonder Seeds in Mario Maker 3? And then just change the level completely. If you get the Wonder Seed, you could build a whole nother part of it that's like something completely wild.
I don't even want to.
The possibilities.
I wasn't.
Sorry.
I wasn't gonna stop the Maker conversation because I was gonna say again. You blew my mind. I can't even imagine the complicatedness. What's the better word for that, Drip? You're a wordsmith. You finished high school, right? Maybe
the intricacy.
Hey, there you go. The intricate. If I can't pronounce the words, that doesn't help.
Fine, you got it.
That word, the intricacy.
Say it slowly, you're good.
The intricacy of the Super Mario Wonder, and how they can incorporate all that craziness all into a Mario Maker 3. Obviously, that's not coming to a Switch. That would, or at least not the original Switch. That'd be a Switch 2 thing, just simply because of time-wise. I don't think it's too soon.
Oh yeah,
it's too late in the Switch to put out a Mario Maker 3. But geez, I can't. That makes me super excited, and it makes me want to dive even harder and deeper into Wonder. To really kind of digest everything I can in this game. So when Mario Maker 3 comes out, I can I remember this from Wonder, and that's a cool way to implement that, and little Easter eggs and stuff. I can't wait. I can't wait for that.
One thing, first of all, just to expand on or to let our listeners know that in April they're shutting down the Wii U and the Nintendo 3DS.
Yeah,
I guess everything online, all the servers, everything.
Yeah. We actually haven't touched that yet. We haven't touched that yet on this podcast. Yeah. We talked about when the eShop closed, but we actually haven't talked about how the entire online ecosystem for the Wii U and 3DS is going kaput in April of 2024. So that's a bit sad to hear, especially for the Wii U. The Wii U is newer than the 3DS, right? Or which one's newer?
Yes.
One of them's very young. No.
The 3DS is older, right?
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Either way, it's sad to see for many reasons, but including the factoid of, I mean, people still play these consoles and online especially.
Isn't it crazy to think about that Mario Maker is the one that has the most things that are going to be gone? Like, think about it. Like,
oh yeah,
you know, all the other games, you know what, you know, you have certain online elements,
right?
Yeah,
you know,
it's
scoreboards and stuff.
against like one you know, it's
but
you're
like,
losing actual.
You know how many levels are in Mario Maker? Like, I know for a fact that Mario Maker 2, there's almost 7 million. So think about numbers like that. I don't know exactly
And they're
how
gone.
many are in Mario Maker 1.
It's got to be similar,
But-
if not more.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably more.
I would imagine more. It's been out longer. I mean, people didn't just stop playing.
Not only that, but like it was when it came out in 2015, it was more of a novelty.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it was like it really everybody. I don't think that a lot of people that have Mario Maker 1 bought Mario Maker 2.
Yeah, I mean, you might be right because
Yeah.
when Mario Maker 1 came out, like everybody was on that. Like that was a
Everybody.
thing for a while. Yeah.
I can make a Mario level. Mario
Yeah.
2 was like for the fans and also for kids that are, you
Yeah.
know, they got a Switch. You know.
Right. Well, we talked
man.
about we talked about the badges a minute ago.
Yeah.
Again, we're early in the game, but I think there's some new abilities as well in the game. Like when you hit the boxes and you get like an elephant, for example. That's an ability, right? Let's talk about some of those new abilities. I guess we could start with the elephant in the room. The elephants. It's kind of a massive.
Oh boy.
It's kind of I play the Ono. Grip's gonna play the Ono again. 2 Onos. It's kind of a massive thing. It's another pun. You get it? It's elephant's massive.
Yeah.
It's a really cool ability. I actually think. Shut up, Drip. I actually kind of think the abilities, the elephant is almost a must-have just about any time because you can have 2 abilities at once in this game. I'm not sure if that was the same in the older, in the older
you could
2Ds.
keep one. You could keep another one.
So so that's new to me again. So it's new to me, but so you can have 2 abilities at once. It's almost a necessary thing to have the elephant for so many reasons. He's big. So he's strong and heavy, so that like moving the pipes, for example, or breaking blocks that need to be broken to get particular coins and items. He's also has the trunk that holds the water, so you hydrate some flowers that are on the ground. The only way to do that is if you have the elephant. A lot of these levels are built around you having the elephant, and I think it's the most impactful of all the abilities. At least to this point.
Yeah.
To this point,
there's so many
I'm
more
kinda
to be
wondering.
had.
Like, what else is there going to be?
Well, we have the bubbles.
Right.
The bubbles is something we have.
we haven't seen the bubble. I haven't seen the bubbles yet.
I have.
I saw some, but it wasn't a power up. It was just like a bubble with a number in it, and you could use it to bounce like 3 times or something like that.
Yes.
I didn't do very well with that.
You're
Like,
really
fell off the side, but
you're very close to getting the bubble ability. I think you're coming up to it real soon because that's about after when I saw those. Pretty soon after I got the bubble ability. Have you got the bubble ability yet, Chess?
Yes, I guess you mean the fire flower that shoots bubbles instead of fire.
Oh, is that what it is? Is it a fire flower that shoots bubbles? Is that what it is?
It's blue?
Yeah.
Okay, I see them. Never mind. I'm there, but right now I'm Yoshi, and he can't use them. That's why I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
That's why.
Okay.
I'm there. Never mind.
I just remember he started shooting bubbles. I was like, oh, that's fun. I must have picked up a power up. You tell me it's a part of the fire flower thing?
It's a blue flower instead of a red flower or an orange flower.
Oh, okay. So, but I guess it's still technically a new ability. It's a variation of the fire flower.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is. Well, I thought because Yoshi didn't use it, I was like, oh, that must be like the ice balls because it's blue. I just assumed
Yoshi
that.
can't get power ups, unfortunately. Yeah.
So I guess I am there. Never mind.
So I guess, is that the only 2 things to this point that we've actually been able to discover yet, as far as like those new kind of power ups? Not abilities, power ups is what they're called. That's Mario.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I can't remember what the other one is. What's the other one they showed? The other new one.
I combine some of the badges abilities to the power ups. I've gotten them confused as far as which is which, so I wouldn't even know.
I see.
I know I'm looking forward to the top thing, the thing where you can dive into the ground and pop out.
Oh, the drill. Yeah, the drill.
That's a badge, though. I'm pretty sure, right, Jess?
No, that's a power.
I haven't gotten there.
Well, yeah, me either. But
the drill hat is a power up, not a badge.
Is it a power up? Okay. Well,
Yes,
that I'm
for
looking
sure.
forward to for sure. That
Yeah.
one's gonna be awesome whenever we get that. Yeah. Okay. Well. Okay. Oh, here's one more thing I want to talk about. This is kind of going in. We're not ending the podcast. We're getting toward that part of the podcast where we're getting to the end. And some of our final discussion things here. It was as we were talking here about the game, and especially for me who's new, everything's very fun to me right now. It's also fun because I haven't played a new Mario game like this ever, and the fun factor. Nintendo is so good at having this particular fun factor. All of their games have a certain level of polish and fun factor. That's the way I describe it. I don't know if you have a different word to describe it or a better word. That's how I describe it. Just
charm.
Charm is another way to describe it. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
But that certain charm, that certain fun factor, this game is just absolutely spewing at every corner, everywhere in the game so far. It's just spewing this fun, this charm, and it just makes me so happy to play this game right now. It's so fun.
I agree.
It's such a refreshing thing in gaming. Because like I was saying on stream today, other games are fun too, like the Call of Duties of the world and Spider-Man and open world games like Horizon and you name Baldur's Gate. All these games out there, they're not bad games by any means. In fact, they're spectacular, probably going to be award-winning games at some point. But no game developer that I've played, in my, not just my opinion, but of course it's my opinion. I'm playing these games, my thoughts. No other developer can hit that fun factor that Nintendo can. No game developer can make me feel like Nintendo can. They have this magic about them, and this game is just
they've
it's just
got it
spewing.
Down. They've got it down pat. They know the formula.
Like I love Tears of the Kingdom, but this game is so much more fun. Like for my fun part of it, because Tears of the Kingdom is charming too, but fun, like I'm smiling and having so much fun playing this game right now. It's just unlike anything I've played.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back to what you were talking about earlier. Just the amount, you can just tell how much polish, how much time went into every little detail, like all the stuff we've talked about. I mean, you can tell. Love went into this.
I'm loving what you guys are saying because I'll tell you why. Because I played the game 2-player last night, and you guys didn't. You guys play single player.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. Because Mario Wii, New Super Mario Wii, and this is the 2D games that came before this. New Super Mario Wii and New Super Mario Wii U.
Yeah.
I felt they were fun co-op. But when I played them single player, I didn't have that much fun. I feel like those games were really built to be playable, like couch co-op, shared. Yeah. And also, 3D World, even though 3D World wasn't 3D, there's 2D elements in there.
Yeah.
And obviously, like the reference to Mario 2, I also felt that game wasn't fun for me playing alone. So tonight I'm going to play it alone, and I'm very excited. But it's good to hear you guys say that because I've felt that with the last 3 games. And I'm including 3D World in that bunch, even though that's not a 2D game. I felt like single player wasn't as fun, as co-op.
And I think, honestly, with single player on this one, too, the way they have... I talked a bunch of shit on the online, honestly. I was like, that's lame. But watching Geeb play it today, seeing it in practice... that's actually a pretty good way to do it because you're still like people are on the level with you and they're leaving little markers.
Yes.
So like if you die, you're not actually dead. If you can get to one of their markers or have one of them help you,
I still die quite a lot.
I didn't quite understand that, but I hear you.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like you were saying, the single player, even if you don't like this single player, maybe you can hop on there and still.
That's my theory. They're gonna give us what we want. They're gonna make it online.
Make it online, like actual online. Yeah. I would hope. I mean,
they did it with 3D World. And I remember that when 3D World came out, I guess it was 2013, I had it.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, why don't we have online? It's 2013. We have the we have the technology. Because back then,
Fast
Xbox
forward
and
10
PlayStation,
years.
Yeah. Right? But
we're
you know,
still fighting.
they finally
Nintendo
gave
for
us
online.
that. They finally gave us that game, and I bought it because I wanted to play online. And they're gonna give us an update with this game. You will see.
I would hope so. I don't know why they didn't just put it in there, but I mean, it's whatever. I would hope that they would do that. But yeah,
I think it's kind of cool. I love it when they make you wait in a situation like that. And they did that with Mario 2, because then you get to experience the game. And then they give you the online, and you're like, okay, let's do this. You get the
and
first.
and they know what they're doing too. Yeah, they know what they're doing. They're keeping you hooked a little longer. They're going to get those extra sales from those extra people who are like, oh, okay, well, maybe now I'll pick it up. They know what they're doing.
Because right now, check this out. Imagine this. Hey, you want to come over to play Mario? Can I go over to your house to play Mario Wonder? No, I'm playing online.
Yeah.
You know, they want people to play on the couch, and you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I get why Nintendo I get the theory on why they kind of don't have games playable the same way couch co-op as they do online. I get it. The main reason would be probably their infrastructure is just not capable of a lot of it. That's probably the main thing. At least not like the way that the Mario Karts of the world get away with it is because those games don't require that exact precision that a platformer does. A platformer requires such a, when you jump to this point, if your toes are hanging on the edge, you need to make sure that the game registers so you don't fall off, because you're gonna make the player very angry. So that that precision is so necessary. Look at Smash Brothers, the precision of the hits and jumps, and that's why that game slows down and lags out on you all the time, like it does when I try to play it online, because it requires that precision, and their servers struggle with that. So I get why they don't implement it all the time, but at the same time, fix the damn infrastructure already, okay? Just freaking fix it. The online is not cheap anymore. It's getting to the point where it's affordable still, but it's not cheap. And they're so rich, everything, all their money that they make from these games. Oh, I was doing this. Weird. But all the money they make from the games, like, come on, guys, like, fix the freaking infrastructure already.
I actually don't play Smash, so I don't know how that works, but I feel like when you play with people that have good internet connection, Mario Maker works well.
Yeah.
Mario 3D World works well, and it's fun.
Yeah.
And obviously with F-Zero, we're seeing that. That's pretty cool. Mario Kart works well. I don't have any
Mario
issues
Kart's
with
the
that.
one that's never been a problem. That and Monster Hunter Rise are the two that are just like solid no matter what.
Yeah. Well, that's not a Nintendo game either. That's Capcom.
It's not. Well, it's a Nintendo. Well, it was.
But you can play online
at one point.
That game.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Rise. Oh yeah, and it's perfect.
It is perfect.
It is flawless. It's great. It's so much fun online. I don't know. I mean, this game. We've kind of gotten off track what we were talking about, but yeah, I mean, I think the single player is great. I'm really excited. It's today's just been really hard for me because I woke up this morning and I've got Mario Wonder, but I've got Spider-Man 2. So I'm like, I want to play this, but I also want to play that. And then the story of Spider-Man 2 started to suck me in, and I'm like, no, that's enough. Just stop. I gotta go back here. I want to play this too. And then I get like, okay, getting into some of these levels again. Like, okay, just chill out for that. We'll go back here. I did that a few times today. I don't know. It's great. The fact that we're sitting here talking about a 2D Mario is pulling me away from Spider-Man 2, one of the biggest games of the year. That's saying something.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. And I have feelings about this game too, especially like what you said, something like the effort they put into this.
Yeah.
Think of the effort they put into Mario Wii U. It's the same engine as the previous game. It just. I wasn't sucked in at all.
No, the Wii U,
I
the one
love
they put
Mario.
on Switch.
I wasn't. I played like 2 worlds, and I left the game.
Dude, I did the exact same thing.
And,
I was like, this is not fun. I'm done. My kids play it sometimes, and they're like, it's not that good. They both my youngest daughters on the way back were like, I don't know. They had an hour and a half in the game, maybe 2 hours. They're like, this is my favorite game. This is my new favorite game. This game's
Mario
amazing.
Wonder?
Yeah, both of them were saying that. Yeah.
Oh, they didn't play it. Oh, I thought you were playing about Mario Wii U.
No. Mario Wonder today. They were like, dude, they were both in the back seat, like talking to each other, like, oh, this is, how do you do this? How do you do this? How do I change characters? Like, man, they were so excited. Like they were going nuts. They loved it.
That's awesome.
I mean, it's good. It's good. It's a really good 2D Mario. And that was kind of something I said too back when this was announced. Like, what are they going to do? What's going to be different enough to make this like a game that is, you know, not the same thing, not the Mario Wii U, whatever it was, New Super Mario Bros. Wii U.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, what else do you do?
This feels so different, so cool. I remember when Mario Wii U came out and I played it, I was so kind of like disappointed. And I was like, whatever. And, you know, being a fan of the new Super Mario Wii, I can say this is better than that, you know, in a big way. Like Mario Wii, the cool thing about Mario Wii was playable co-op with like up to 4 players. That's pretty cool on the same screen.
Yeah.
I love that chaos.
Yes.
You know, and this game gives you that too. You know, because I played it last night, and you don't bubble up. This is something you die. This is something we were talking about. You die, but the ghost, you're a ghost, and they can revive you. So you can die again as a ghost. Not like the bubble. The bubble is like, you know, you're become
safe,
a bubble and you chase the player one. But you know, that's cool. That's kind of cool.
By the way, you made me laugh because when you said the word chaos in reference to Mario, just the very first thing, honestly, the only thing I can think of is 3D World multiplayer, especially online. Especially online with a little bit of a questionable connection. Yeah. The chaos is gets out of control. People picking each other up when they're trying to do something else and throwing you off the level. Like chaos is
when you used to stream it, Geeb.
Oh my God!
I tried playing with y'all. I was like, man, I can't do this. Y'all are a bunch of wild animals.
Hero, Joe, all these mother effers in our streams would come in and cause the chaos. Anyway, that was such a good memory I had to bring back up. But yeah, chaos.
That's cool.
But
this game is making me want to play more of the Mario stuff. I never really played Odyssey that much. You know, I played a couple of worlds, up to World 3.
Odyssey's great. So good. It's really good. That's my favorite 3D Mario. I mean, that and 64. Those two are like right up there.
I'm a big fan of Odyssey, Galaxy 1. I love that game. I really liked it.
Yeah, I mean, Galaxy's good. I don't know. I don't know. The Galaxy games were just, I don't know. I know everybody loves them, but for some reason, I don't know. This wasn't my thing. I don't know why. I have no idea why.
I can't get into the 3D Marios. I was talking about this with Mega Boyd in my chat today. I cannot get into the 3D Marios. The closest I've gotten is 3D World. I finished that game. But Odyssey, it's not that it's a worse game. It's definitely a better game overall than 3D World. I can see that. You know, I can see that. But I just can't have, I don't know what it is about Odyssey. Maybe after I finish Wonder, and I'll go back to Odyssey. Maybe I need to restart it too. Restart Odyssey, go back, and just see again and see if maybe that magic. Maybe Wonder is that jumping stepping stone launch pad. Better described launch pad. I needed to get into Mario more in depth than I have already.
Maybe, but man, this game really reminds me. I think I said it. I don't know if we were live at that point or not, but like it really reminds me of like the Super Nintendo, like Super Mario World. It feels like that, and it feels like Super Mario 3. Yeah. Those are the two games with this one. I'm like, I don't know why. And I think, who was it? Shibby said something in Discord. He said something about Mario 3 this morning, and I was like, yeah. Like, man, that's so accurate. I don't know. I don't see it really pushing anybody else towards 3D games. It may for you, but I mean, it makes me want to go back and play those old ones.
I've played the old ones too. I just never finished any of them. I don't need to go finish those games. I just have fun with those on occasion.
It's all good.
But it's not that I don't like them. It's just that they're not games that I'm like, I need to go play them right now. But dude, Wonder
Mario World
is turning into that game for me. It's turning into like, I'm going to go play after this stream is over, after this podcast is over. I'm going to go play some freaking Mario Wonder.
I definitely am, 100%. And Spider-Man. I'm about to bring the PlayStation. I'm about to bring the PlayStation 5. The other one from the bedroom down here to the big TV.
Yeah.
I'll just put it on pause, grab the Switch, do a little of that. Because these kids, they're all going to bed. They're all going to bed very soon. What time is it? It's almost 10. They're lucky they're even up still.
So we
talked to bed when we got here.
Yeah, the whole different enough conversation was something that Drip and I, especially on the show, talked about as being a more significant thing than it turns out it ends up being here, because the game, I think in reality, it's not crazy different in terms of like mechanics. It's kind of the same game. It's everything else that is different about this game. It's the feel. It's the stuff that isn't coded. It's the stuff that's crafted. That's a quote. Put that on a t-shirt. The code is probably so similar. You know, it's jump, dumps, grab. You know, it's all the same stuff. Platform. It's platformer, but it's the way they crafted this game. And everything involved, every team,
it's the effort.
Every single name. When we roll the credits on Wonder, every name on the credits, you give them a clap. You give them at least one clap. You stand up, and you don't look at the junk. You stand up and you give them a clap. That's what you do, because what a good job they've done. What a freaking good job they've done. But let's get to the most interesting talk about this. As you may have seen the thumbnail or you may have heard, Mario Wonder has currently a score of 93 on Metacritic. And that is, I don't know where it is in terms of other games, but it's not the top, but it absolutely ranks up there.
It's up there.
It's right there. If Tears of the Kingdom has a 95, okay?
Yeah.
Like,
oh, wow.
Like we're 2 points from Tears of the Kingdom. And of course, this is just some people's opinion on Metacritic, but we've all kind of agreed that Metacritics have a point when we all kind of listen to them. So it's worth something to say it has a 93 right now. Is there even a chance in hell that Wonder can be the underdog choice for Game of the Year this year?
Man, that's a very difficult. That's an interesting question. I don't think it could win. I can tell you that. I don't think that game can win because of the other game I'm playing that also came out today, and the other Nintendo game that came out earlier this year.
Tears of the Kingdom and Spider-Man 2 is what
I'm telling you right now, I'm like a few hours into Spider-Man 2. Remember what I said about Spider-Man 2 a couple months ago? About the hype, being close to the Game Awards. It could just slide in there and win Game of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, just from what I have played, I am even more close to saying that that's probably what's going to happen. It's really, really good. This game could be nominated, I think. I think if they could put it in there.
That would be a big deal if it got
for a 2D, especially at this point.
Yeah. I think it's a win if it gets nominated. What do you think, Jess?
Wow. Again, I'm going to have to say this. I am absorbing right now. I don't even have, like, I want to play the game. And
you're being reasonable. You're being reasonable. I'm asking you to be unreasonable and reactive.
Yeah. I would say no. It's not. It doesn't have a chance because of other contenders, because of other things, and because I feel like people who bought this game are fans.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like, we somehow ended up like, okay, I'm gonna buy this game, but this is. I feel like it just Nintendo is got that thing. Unless it's something like Breath of the Wild, or that I don't know. Did that won Game of the Year, right? Or
did it win? I know. I don't remember if it won.
I'm not sure.
It was the same thing. It was like that God of War and like Spider-Man,
or got nominated or something like that.
Yeah,
I think it won. Right?
Did it win?
Did we get a Game of the Year edition of Breath of the Wild? I don't think we did. I don't think it won.
I don't know if it won. I think
I'm gonna look this up right now. You guys keep talking while I look it up.
God
I'm
of
not
War.
Sure.
Right.
Was it God of War? I think it was God of War. I think it was. I may be wrong.
But basically, my response is I don't think it will. Just because of how niche it is. I don't know.
So I have breaking news. Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild not only won Game of the Year, also won Best Game Direction in 2017. It wiped the floor with the competition.
But basically, like. That's my answer. Yeah.
I mean, I think you're right. I feel the same way. I mean, Tears of the Kingdom is going to be hard to beat this year, I think. I think it's going to be very hard to beat. I think Spider-Man at this point right now could slip in there and do it just from what I've seen so far. Again, long way to go, but man, the story already. Oh my God. It's just a continuation of like it's so good.
I think unfortunately what's going to happen, I'm going to use a sports analogy here. In sports, when there's an MVP, person up for MVP, if there's two people up for MVP on the same team, they likely usually never
cancel each other
out because people vote for one or the other instead of one of them, and it ends up bringing their vote total down. I don't know how, again, the voting system doesn't work the same with Game Awards, so I'm not sure how exactly it's going to play out. But I think that might be the case with Wonder and Tears of the Kingdom. Unfortunately, the two of them.
If it even gets nominated,
I think it's going to be so close. Tears of the Kingdom needs. If Tears of the Kingdom is going to win, it's going to take every single vote. However they calculate that stuff, it's going to take every single vote it can get, because that's how close it's going to be. Because I feel like Baldur's Gate and Spider-Man 2, those two I kind of feel like already are on top of Tears of the Kingdom. It's a game of who. What have you done for me lately? Unfortunately, and I do feel like Spider-Man 2 is going to get that hot. Not unfortunately, they're both spectacular games. It's not a bad thing at all. But as a fan of Tears of the Kingdom, as invested as I am in Tears of the Kingdom, I want it to win. And I feel like Baldur's Gate and Spider-Man are gonna probably overtake the votes, especially when you consider all this hype of Wonder right now, and it may take a couple votes away from Tears of the Kingdom, which would be necessary to actually win. So I don't know.
Again, you're assuming that this game gets even nominated for Game of the Year,
right?
It might not. I mean, there's other, it could win some other stuff. I don't know if Game of the Year is for a 2D Mario game at this point.
It's probably Upper Family Game. Wonder would be a Upper Family Game. I bet it takes that.
If it is, definitely takes that. 100%.
But then the argument is, would you put Tears of the Kingdom in that same category?
No, it's not a family game. It's totally different.
Is it? I know, but like, come on,
yes,
people call it that. I know, I agree with. I'm saying I agree with you. I'm just saying people will say it's a Nintendo game. It's a family game. It's not a.
Well, that's bullshit.
Yeah. It does have gore. I like gore. I like guns and gore. It's not a. It's this. It's there's no gore. None of that. It's a family game. Actually, there's a gun. There's a cannon shooter. Take that, Call of Duty people.
Yeah, birds are like shooting their beaks at you and shit. I mean, there's.
Well, I was talking about Tears of the Kingdom there, but yeah, that too.
No, I'm talking about Mario Wonder.
Yeah,
there's all kinds of weaponry in there.
Yeah.
You shoot literal fucking fireballs, dude. I mean, that is some scary shit there.
You do that, yes. Man. Well, we've kind of... Go ahead, Jess, go ahead.
Like, sometimes I wonder, like, what... When you like, touch a Goomba, you die, like, an instant death? Like, how do you die? Like, are you poisoned?
What is on them?
Well, aren't they mushrooms?
How is it that instant? You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. I mean, even, like, everything. The Koopas, like, just don't touch anything. They have
no touchy.
They're like
Little Billy. Don't touch
electric fences. All of them. Every single one of them just is electrically charged. It's just a shock to your heart instantly.
Listen, it's Nintendo. It's Nintendo's way of teaching the young people not to touch things they shouldn't touch. It's like when their parents say, "Don't you touch this," and then they touch it and break it, and then the wooden spoon comes out and they get chased around the house because they touched something and broke something. So they're teaching the kids.
The spoon is the Goomba.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They're teaching the kids, don't you touch this, or else Mama's gonna come out the corner with a wooden spoon, and your ass gonna be raw. Okay?
And you'll be dead. No, you'll be dead.
You're dead. Well, we've exhausted all the things on our list. Is any final thoughts? Again, this is not a review. This is clearly, we only played 2 levels, if that, of the game. So any final thoughts or anything you want to say
awesome. That's it.
Before we move on here?
The music.
Oh, the fucking music.
We didn't even talk about that one time, and I thought about that while playing. Like, damn, this music's good. Damn, it's good. Yeah. The sound effect and music and sound design.
Lice review. I think it was Nintendo Lice review. They said the music was, nothing really memorable. I completely disagree with that.
I think that the vibe of this game musically, it has. How do I explain it? The music is super chill.
Yes.
It's got this vibe like the Nintendo, like the Wii. Like the back, it's got this chill vibe that's not like jumping out at you like, hey, here I am.
Yeah.
It's more like a really chill kind of vibe.
I'm trying to think of a good word to describe it. And it's a little bit more simplified. Like, for example, when they brought back the themes, and I know somebody confirmed that Koji Kondo, the original composer, did write this. Oh, really?
But I feel like I want to listen more, but I feel like they presented everything a little bit more simple musically. I don't know how to explain that, but like you're hearing the themes, but in a very simplistic way. Imagine a composer like, you know what, instead of doing full orchestra, go all out, highs and lows and everything, they're more like, okay, let's do like a small quartet.
Yeah, just bringing it back.
I don't know how to explain that, but it has that.
I know exactly
feel.
what you mean. Yeah,
and
I feel
the
you.
music vibe, they kind of went for this really, really chill.
It's kind of like what they're doing in the new Star Wars stuff. Mm-hmm. Like, they're still using full orchestra doing all this stuff, but they're bringing, they're doing kind of new music, but it has all the elements from original stuff. And sometimes you hear that stuff come through, and it's like, oh, there's that, but it's not. This, you know what I mean? It's got a whole different vibe. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a good comparison. But yeah, I understand what you mean. It just feels good. It's just
like other games in the Mario series are like, ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Yeah.
This one's more like.
Yeah, it's got a groove. It's nice.
Yeah,
the music lays underneath of the action going on. It's there, it's present, but it's like lo-fi. It's just like down in there. And also, I want to talk about a little bit about the like sound effects and like when you do something, the reward sounds or stuff like that.
Yeah,
all that is it plays beautifully off of the soundtrack that's going on, and I love the way they transition those sounds when you get a coin and when you get a seed,
really
the
nice.
Wonder Seeds and or the Wonder Flowers, and everything. Sound wise, it's an excellent game. I don't think it's going to be winning any awards that way. I don't think it's going to be winning a soundtrack award or anything like that. But it's certainly
solid, though.
It is certainly solid and good.
I remember watching the trailer. This is my opinion. When I watched the trailer, I wasn't like, I hate the soundtrack. But I was like, meh. That was my opinion of the music in the trailer. Mm-hmm. But then playing the game, I was like, man, this fits. This is good. I like it. I like the vibe.
Yeah, it gives the whole game a completely different vibe. I think that's really part of the whole package. Really. Like, we're sitting here talking about all the details of all the things we're seeing, but the music is that other piece that really just makes this all work so well.
Yeah. And music usually is, if you see a movie, it's 33% music, 33% acting, and whatever. Yeah. But this music, as I like to say it, this music has a character or is a character. Mm-hmm. And the sound in this game it plays a very important role. And the way that I see it, for example, like think of Jack Black in a movie. Yeah. Jack Black is a character in, like the Peaches, for example, but he does that in many movies. He writes songs and they put him there, but you're listening to the soundtrack, but there's a character in the game that is playing the piano. Bowser is playing the piano and singing. And that's when music, in a way, becomes a character in the film or breaks that fourth wall or coexists within the story. And I feel like that's the kind of vibe I'm getting with the music and the sounds in this game. Like it takes a more important role. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but
I agree.
Kind of like that.
Dude, you just gave me an idea. The next time we have you on, hopefully soon, we can get you on and have a whole episode talking about video game music. That would be an epic discussion. The three of us are musicians and our love of games all the same.
That's a great idea.
That'd be a wonderful podcast to have with you, dude. I think we got to wrap it up, though, Chess.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. You've been so generous with your time. You've been putting up with our technical issues that we had nonstop throughout the beginning and into the podcast even. And we got it. You're so professional.
That's my fault. So
I mean, my fault too. I don't know.
If I was here, none of that would have happened. It's my fault.
Usually, I'm the one with the technical issues.
I think we got to figure it out. Hopefully, this audio didn't come out too terrible. Hopefully, it sounds nice and level-ish for you guys. I'll try to do my best in post to fix stuff if it's broken. But anyway, Chess, it's been a pleasure. Well, if you don't mind,
thank you so much for having me.
If you got to leave, that's all good. But for a few minutes here, we'll hang out in the after show, talk to the people in the chat. But for those of you guys in the actual audio side of things here, we're going to sign off for now. And make sure to go follow Chess on Twitch, on YouTube, TikTok, all the places you watch content. Go check him out. He's right. The links are in the description down below or in your podcast feed. It's down there in the description area as well. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. And we'll see you guys next week.
Peace.
Peace.